Hello everyone, I'm the Peculiar Pisces and welcome to my channel. Today is Monday, December 16th, 2024, and this is Flosstube video number, hold on just a second, Flosstube video number 31. I've got a lot to talk about today. So this is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, but just a little bit. So I'm going to tease you with, I had a finish. Can you guess which one it was? And then I'm going to move on to what I wanted to discuss. So, my kids get out of school for the rest of this year, this Friday. And they don't go back to school until after January starts. So I will not be filming any more videos, not filming and lightly editing, no more updates for the rest of this year. And I will not be back until after my kids go back to school in January. Not really sure the day right this moment. I would have to look it up. But between this video and the one in January, I will be doing a dyeing video for my one project, and I'm hoping to get it this week. And that's going to be a live video just because I don't have the memory or the space on my computer. And I'm just going to do it. And then, you can either come for the video or you can just watch it on replay. I also wanted to say that at the time of filming this video, I have 98 subscribers that I managed to collect over the course of this year. And I'm really, really excited about that. I will say that when I picked my channel back up in January, I had between 15 and 20 subscribers already that I had done. One of them was my mom. Hi, Mom. And then a bunch of them were my mom's friends because I did a YouTube video with them, and I sold some of my wire wrapped pendants. And well, they weren't just pendants, it was the jewelry that I had wire wrapped. I sold to a group of my mom's friends on YouTube. And so I did have a few subscribers, but I mean, I'll say I got at least 75 subscribers this year. So, I'm really, really happy and pleased. I'm excited about that. So when I do my live video for the dyeing, I'm going to show you the dyes that I purchased. I'm going to be going for browns, like coffee, taupe, tea, like colors like that. I've been on Rit's website and I chose 3 colors that I wanted to make, essentially. So with those, okay, just want to make sure I was still, there was a pop-up right over my number, so I wasn't sure if I was still recording. With those 3 colors, I had to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors to make the colors that I want. Let me see. So the first color that I'm going to be making is called Soft Beige, and I need taupe and Sunshine Orange. And then the next color that I'm doing is called Cocoa Mocha, and I need Camel, Dark Brown, and Cocoa Brown. Now, my Michaels did not have the liquid of this. They only had the powder, so I'm going to attempt to use the powder. I've never used powder before. And then the last color is called Desert Sandstone, and I need the camel and tangerine. So those are the colors that I'm sort of going for when I do the what is this called? Dutch Beauty. So in January 1st, I will start Dutch Beauty. Give me just a moment. The dog has decided that now is the perfect time to go outside. Okay, so I said in 2025, I'm starting a whole bunch of new projects, and I've already planned them out. So as for that, project 2 that I do is a sampler or a Blackwork piece. And so I'm currently working on a Blackwork piece. I've been working on it all year. So in January, I'm going to start the sampler. And then once January is over, in February, if I have not completed the Blackwork this year, 2024, then I will pick it back up again in February of 2025. And I'll just alternate between the sampler and the Blackwork until the Blackwork is done. And then I've chosen a new Blackwork. So I have this humongous piece of 14 count fabric that I got off of the Facebook marketplace sometime earlier this year. And because I didn't want to have to purchase more fabric, this was within the size that I need, but I'm only going to have 1.5 inch borders. So this is what I will be dyeing when I do the video. And then I've already gotten part of my Stitchy Mail that I got this week is I put in an order with 123 Stitch, and I ordered the colors that I would need. I probably am going to need more of each color since it's such a big piece, but I wanted to at least get one of the colors each. And I did have a few of these before. Some of these were skeins that I had gotten when I got all the threads for my Teresa Wentzler. So these are all the colors. I have not put them on floss drops yet. Once Christmas comes and I open my Cricut, one of the things that I'm going to try to do is make myself some floss drops. I have tons of materials downstairs, and I'll be practicing with the vinyl that the bundle that I purchased. For Black Friday, Cricut was selling the Maker 3 for $345. That was the cheapest anywhere. And Michael's happened to have a bundle for $345 that was the Cricut, the 3 cutting pads, the weeding tools, and like 2, maybe 3 pieces of vinyl that comes with it. So I'm going to be using and practicing with those vinyls for the time being until I'm actually ready to start rebinding my bookshelves. But I can't wait to start trying to make some floss drops with my Cricut. But these are my floss for my Dutch Beauty. So the floss was one of the things that I ordered off of 123 Stitch. Another thing that I ordered off of 123 Stitch was I still haven't received a shipping notification from Stitch Me about my fabric, which I'm not expecting it. The turnaround time said 3 to 12 weeks, and I'm just assuming it's more on the 12 weeks as opposed to 3. And so I sort of low-key freaked out a little bit, and I decided to go ahead and order the Bella Filipina, the threads, the beads, you know, all that stuff. So while I was ordering that, I did order for the Mira, which I purchased the Mira this year, as well as the beads. So I had all that. I went ahead and ordered the floss that I would need for it, which is all these beautiful colors here. And if my Bestitch Me fabric gets here before January 1st, then I will start my Mirabilia. On the off chance that it doesn't get here, because I really am not expecting it to, I did order the Bella Filipina, the Daughters of Estuary. I ordered all the beads, all the floss. I think when I was going through the pattern, there was only one floss of DMC that didn't get purchased. And then I was only able to get one of the water lilies and none of the Krynics. So I don't know if the water lilies, when I was purchasing them, did give me notifications that they were out of stock. And I did the whole, you know, here's my email address, email me when it comes back in stock, yada, yada, yada. But I don't remember seeing that about the Krynic. So I don't know if 123 Stitch just doesn't sell the Krynic, or if somehow my box of put everything in the cart for this got unchecked and something got unchecked. I don't know. But anyway, I do have this. I do have the floss and the beads. And then I went to Volcano Stitch. Is that what it's called? Volcano Stitching. And I ordered 18 count opal, and the color is Poseidon. So it's like a deep blue, and I'm hoping that the two mermaids will just pop on that deep, dark blue, kind of deep blue, turquoisey kind of color. So their website says 3 to 5 business days, and it's been 3 business days since I ordered it. So today would be the 4th business day, and tomorrow would be the 5th business day. So between today and tomorrow, I'm expecting to get the shipping notification that the fabric has stitched. Now the dog wants to come back in. Hold on. Okay. So I am expecting within the next few days the Volcano Stitching to let me know that the fabric is shipped out. And then if the Bestitch Me fabric doesn't come in time for January, I will start the Bella Filipina in January. And then in February, I will start the Mira. And the last piece was, no, not the last piece of Stitching Mail, but the last piece from my 123 Stitch order. This is the wish list project that I'm going to be starting. It's Winter in the Shire by Tilton Crafts. And I decided, I went ahead and got a pre-gridded 25 count fabric. I've already measured it out and cut the piece. This is how big it needs to be. I'm going to have a 3-inch border. And this one, the reason that I got the pre-gridded fabric is because I want to do this by color completing. There's another floss tuber that I watch regularly, and she has 1 or 2 projects that she's doing that she's color completing, and I thought that looks really fun. That looks interesting, seeing how it just comes together one color at a time. So in January, when I start Winter in the Shire, I'm going to be starting with the largest number color, which is 3865 whitish cream, because it's snow. There's a lot of snow in the picture. So this is my largest color. I have, I don't know, 10 to 12 skeins here of this color. So I will start, and I have the pre-gridded fabric, and it's a full coverage piece, so I'm not concerned about color or anything like that. And then, so that was the last part of my 1, 2, 3 stitch order. And I got this off of Mercari. I purchased this because this looks a lot like a cross stitch, my very first cross stitch. My grandma has it hanging up in her bedroom, and eventually I'll be getting my cross stitch back, so I thought this would make a nice companion piece to my cross stitch that I made back in 2000 or 2001. I'm not even sure. So now that I caught you all up on all the things that I purchased recently, getting ready with my plans, it's time for my update. So I will start with project number 1, Teresa Wentzler, The Castle, and this is Favorite Designer, so this is the one that have been working on. I finished. Was this the one that you guessed that I had to finish on? So, okay, let me grab a notebook, see if that helps any. But I finished. It's all done. I finally, after 20, 30 years of cross stitching, have finished a Teresa Wentzler. I started and finished a Teresa Wentzler. So, let's give you some looks, some sort of close-ups. So yeah. This one, for the last 2 weeks, from December 2nd to last night, I put in 9 hours, 25 minutes, and 14 seconds into the backstitch until I finished it last night. So that brought me, I started January 9th. I finished the stitching portion November 20th, and I finished the backstitching December 15th. So stitching, it was 168 hours, 30 minutes, and 16 seconds. For the back stitching, it was 29 hours, 48 minutes, and 17 seconds. So total, this project took me 198 hours, 18 minutes, and 34 seconds. So long. And I was getting so sick of this towards the end. I just had to talk myself into finishing. So here's the back. And again, here's my front. So probably before January, I will wash this with a color catcher and iron it. And then in January, I will show you again once it's been washed and ironed. I will have to go to Michael's and start trying to figure out how I want this framed, since this is one that I want to submit to the fair in 2025. So my first finish of 2024 is done, and it took me 198 hours to do it. Okay, so project number 2, I did not work on, but I will show you as a refresher. This is probably the last time that you're going to see this one until February. However, I'm going to be trying to stitch on this one pretty monogamously. This one is now going on my nightstand so that I work on this instead of when I was working on the Teresa Wentzler. So this is now in the time slot for the Teresa Wentzler. I do want to try to shift my time between this one and project number 3 just to see where I get them for the end of the year. So here is project 2. I am maybe 68% done, something like that. So there's been no change. I didn't touch this at all in the last 2 weeks. So this one will be taking the spot of the Teresa Wentzler now that Teresa Wentzler is done. I'm hoping to get this section done before January. And I would really hope that I at least start on the outlines on this last quarter of this piece before January comes. If not in January, this is the one where I'm switching over to Dutch Beauty. And then you won't see this one again until February. Now, if I by some miracle manage to finish this before January 1st, then in my next video, I will show you the finish of this so that you can see it. But I'm not expecting that to happen. I'll be happy if I get this section done and at least get the outlines to this one. So that's my new small goal before the end of the year. And like I said, I didn't touch that one. So then project number 3 is my wish list project. And this is Heaven and Earth Designs. Amy Brown is the designer. It's called Fae Risque, and this is the no background. I have done a color conversion from the red to blue. This is what I printed out of Pattern Keeper. Okay, now, yesterday, I actually got to work on this for a little bit. There wasn't a lot going on in my house. Everybody was doing different things, and I was like, I really want to sit down and work on the fairy. So I had a page finish. Page 5 is now finished. The last little bits were her hair. Now there are a few little stitches here and there that it's supposed to be purple in here, and I only want the purple to be in her wings, not in her hair or anywhere else. So like there's a few stitches down here that are missing, like here, down here, and so a few in her hair. Once this little bit of the wings are finished, I will change the color of these symbols so that they're a blue. But I finished page 5 and I started working on page, I guess this is 6. So this one is the last that you'll see of this one for quite a while. In January, I will be starting the Winter in the Shire. In February, I think I'm going to be starting that Nene Thomas. I would wager to say that I probably won't pull this one out again until June. So here's where we are now, and I will work on this a little bit again until the end of the year. I'm curious to see how much of this page I can get done. But yeah, I had a page finish yesterday, and I had a Teresa Wentzler finish. So, where did I put it? There it is. That one is stash. Okay, wish list. So I got to work on that 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 21 seconds yesterday. And it brought my total project time to 115 hours, 43 minutes, and 24 seconds. And then the last one that I worked on was my Stashbuster piece. This is the one that I work on while I'm sitting in the kiss and drop lane waiting for the kids to get out of school. And I had been working. This is a Plaid Bucilla kit. Donna Dewberry is the designer. And it is called Hummingbird and Floral. I did not use the provided Aida for the fabric from the kit. I am using the provided thread. Whoops. Okay, let me see. I'm going to take this one off. And this one. So, I finished all of the backstitching from here down and over. I did 2 threads of white in this section for the backstitching, and I think that shows up much better than the 1 thread that's called for over here. So before I finish, and probably when I do the backstitching over here, I will run a 2nd thread and make this one easier to see. But I love how this is turning out. I love it. So yeah, this is the backstitch done on the bottom half, and I am just working my way up along this edge. There's pink flowers, more of the purple flowers, more pink flowers, more purple flowers, and it just goes for a while. So I feel like I've had a lot of progress done on this, and like as far as the bottom half of the pattern goes, I'm within like 200 stitches of finishing out the bottom half. So it's halfway done. I feel pretty confident in saying I am halfway complete with this. However, as the pattern is like not balanced, I'm more than halfway complete as far as stitching goes. But, you know. So this is probably the last time you'll see this one too, at least until probably April. But as I said, I will continue working on this until December 31st. And then once January 1st hits over, I will start each of my new projects. So it's like suddenly I feel like there's a lot of progress, whereas before it felt like it was taking forever for me to get through the things. So that is my update. And I will continue working on this for the rest of this week. Once the kids are off of school, I won't be touching this for a while. The next project that I plan on doing was, I believe it's the whale one that I purchased not too long ago from Mercari. It was one that I know that I started many, many, many years ago, and I've just lost it. So it's like me righting the wrong, something like that. I will say that I grabbed one of the notebooks that I made. This is the one where I said that the paper was too thin, and so when it dried inside, there were wrinkles all into it. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's wrinkles across here, and it's the front and the back. So I decided this was now this. This is retiring. It was very confusing anyway. So this is the new one. This one happens to be a dot journal, but I'm going through and I'm writing out the days and the weeks, and I did it for the first one, for the second one. I started doing it for the third one that's listed. I just have to go through and continue writing all the dates for everything for the year so that I can keep track of everything so much better than I did this past year. Especially because there's so many different projects, and I've already got them tabbed out for now while I'm writing everything out. So, oh, one more thing. Okay, so for the first time since I had my carpal tunnel and cubital tunnel surgery, I sat down to wire wrap. I'm not finished with this yet, and I'm following a tutorial, but this is the start of a wire wrapped pendant. It's a tree of life, and there's going to be a whole bunch more to it, but yeah, for the first time since I've had the surgery, I actually sat down to wire wrap. So I'm happy with how this is coming along. And I'll show this when it's finally finished. So to reiterate, no more videos until January, with the exception of the dyeing video that will be a live video. And we're really hoping to get to that on Wednesday this week. So that's it. I will see everyone next year, or at my dyeing video.